That's what he said in the video.
Therefore, that's why I'm saying that people get up in arms when they hear black anything and automatically, oh, they talking about black people. Got nothing to do with you.
You lost
I'm
me there.
confused because
You lost me.
if I hear black, I think of us.
Let me give this intro real quick before y'all keep talking. To all the good people of YouTube, welcome to another week of The Circle. Y'all already know who it is. Gene, JS, Big S, Josh. We in the building. Trying something different tonight. Just really me. I'm streaming. And I might have
Yeah.
to stop streaming because, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. But anyway, I don't know why. They talking about ginger ale and what brand is for black people, what brand is for white people. So whatever. Go ahead. Talk about the ginger ale.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows, bro. We black. We don't drink Canada Dry unless that's the only thing left in the store. You gotta get sweat. That's what cures you. That's what cures your illnesses and
I like them
everything.
both.
And six broken bones, all that.
I like them both. However, since I moved to Michigan, they put me on to Verner's, which is the first
Who?
ginger ale.
I don't
It's
even know who he
Verner's.
talking about.
Yeah, well, it's big
Burners.
here. Yeah, and they know that they were the first out of everybody, but it's huge in the Midwest. You got to try it.
Nah,
I'll try
nah.
You
it.
got to try
It
it.
I'll
wasn't
try
the
it next
first.
time.
Sweat. Sweat was the first, my nigga. I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
Matter of
no.
fact, ginger ale was first.
What?
Oh
They didn't even
shit.
have a company name. They just called it ginger ale. That was it.
No. It was Verner's, man. I'm telling you, got to
I don't
Google
know who Vernon is.
it. It's a Midwest thing, but it was the first.
If it was the
It tastes
first, then he'd
different
be
too.
thinking it's Schweppes, but he not. It's Schweppes. All right. And if Canada Dry is left in the store, then you go to another store, Josh. You don't drink Canada Dry, bro. What's wrong with you? You
There
black.
is there are no Schweppes out here. It's either Seagrams
What?
or Canada Dry. Either Seagrams or Canada
Okay,
Dry.
okay, okay. Seagrams. Fuck around with Seagrams a little bit. We'll let you do that because Seagrams is a
All right.
gen too. So you can go ahead and get the Seagrams.
All right.
Okay.
No more Canada Dry, bro.
I like
Trying
Canada
to save
Dry.
your black card. Sean, I'm trying to save your black card, bro.
It's
Don't
the
Black
do that.
people
strongest
the
one of
card.
all of them, I feel like.
This is what we're
Sweat.
gonna talk about the whole episode. We're gonna talk about
No,
what
no,
ginger ale for
no.
black
I
people.
don't want to talk about this. I don't know why you
They
even.
brought it up.
Well, he asked why I was drinking, and I was still drinking, so I just showed the can because I couldn't speak while I was drinking. So I just showed the camera, the can, and then you got butt hurt that I'm drinking Canada
Oh.
Dry.
Wait, who you talking to, me?
Yeah, you like got
Yo,
Yeah,
on my
Josh,
case. I was
don't
like,
play with
dang.
me. Oh, yo, don't
yeah.
play with me like that. Talk about butt hurt. What's wrong with you? Put some respect, yo.
You right?
Let's do
Because
this.
I couldn't, because you can't afford Canada Dry, so you stick with Schweppes.
Straight to the.
Yo,
They
Gene,
cost the
What?
same, Josh. They cost the same, Josh.
I
What are you
don't think
talking
saw
so.
that
about?
video on black fatigue.
Oh man, black fatigue.
Yeah,
All right,
about
go ahead,
that.
bro. Go ahead,
It's
go ahead.
pinned.
I forgot the
No,
game was
I
on.
mean,
Shit.
I want you to share it, and we'll
You want
react
me to
to it.
share?
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
reaction
mean,
Oh, let
video.
me see.
Yeah, I pinged it.
Wait, you sent it in the group chat? Got
yeah,
it,
it's
bro. Hold
pinned.
on, hold on, hold on. All right,
It's
hold up,
pinned
hold up. It's in
For sure. You see
it's in the
this?
circle or is it in the other joint?
in the circle.
See what
Hold
they
on,
trying to
because there's a
respect
few
your
videos.
topic, yo.
Nah, I see it. Oh, the rise of black
It's
Stand up for
Josh
fatigue.
your rights,
topic.
brother.
Nah, hold
It
on. Give
was
me a second.
Josh's
Give me a
topic.
second. Hold on.
Oh, Josh, stand up for your rights, Josh.
See, I
You,
said
you,
you said you want to react to this, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
just watch the
Give me
video.
a second.
let's watch either one.
All right, hold on. Let me get it situated real quick. Said either one. I got it, but
Shout out to the Ninja Turtles too, my nigga. Raphael or dead.
this guy talking
Let
about
me think
Raphael all day. Hold on, let
I
me
just
get to it. Yeah,
watched
my fault.
this one video, and it was a girl who was like, "I'm so cute, I'm so cute," and then the other guy, he had it on, and he was like, "You look like a Ninja Turtle." She did. She was cute, but she looked like a Ninja Turtle. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" It was funny. I was like, "Oh, I gotta find it. I'm gonna send it to you." I was like, "Oh my goodness, that's funny."
Let me see what I got. Let me see.
Yeah. What is nigga?
What? Hold on, bro. What are you wilding out right now? What are you laughing at?
Yeah, you see that nigga was
Yeah.
sad while he in jail. Yeah, he was tough till he got caught, huh, little nigga?
You don't even know what happened, do you?
I know, but that face staying on. You
Nah,
He's
jumped
the
off the
one
porch and you should have went to school.
That's Carmelo
at the
Anthony.
tent
yeah.
in the
This
school.
nigga so
That's
ignorant,
Mel?
bro.
No, not
Bro, you ignorant, bro. Let me just y'all can y'all see it though, right?
yeah.
Alright, bet, because I got it on. Alright. I'm gonna play it I'll do it like this.
Every few months, a random new term, word, or phrase spawns on the internet and goes viral. A good example of that would be like weaponized incompetence, which you can pause to read if you care. And when terms like that get so widespread, people will start thinking everything is that thing. For example, weaponized incompetence, like me forgetting to take my STD medication. I forgot. I say all that to say that a new term, spawned on the interweb the other day, and I caught wind of this at about 11 p.m. on a Saturday night because yes, I have nothing better to do than sit and doom scroll on my phone.
What?
Are y'all hearing it or no?
It's like going
Maybe
in
just
and
tired
out.
black people. I mean, we are tired of that. We're
Okay. You can freeze it because it's not
always
working.
tired. What really made me curious is like, yo, this is not exclusive. Like,
Where it's going in and out for you? Yo?
Still
Yeah,
here.
Yo,
it's
Yeah.
not working.
that
Yeah,
sounds
it's
crazy.
going in and out for y'all?
Yeah,
In and out, and it's fast forward.
In and out and fast forward. Hold on, let me see.
let me see if I
Hold
can
on.
share it. No, hold on. This is the bloopers.
Hold on.
The bloopers.
This is. Let me know if y'all can hear it now. Hold on. Can y'all hear it now?
everybody's tired, okay? The entire world,
Nah,
right?
that
Different
shit
things.
just be up. Yeah, that
Alright,
shit's
hold up. I
sped
got
up.
y'all. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I got y'all right now. Let me see. I mean, look, hey, people got to see us go through these growing pains. Let me see what's going on. Come on. My fault. I'm sorry.
Let's see here. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up.
I got it. Let me just all right, hold on.
Oh my goodness! If I shared my screen right now, I don't know why, but it's
Going to
just
jail?
Yeah, what?
it's booty on my page. I don't know why it is, but it's just
Oh my god.
it's so random too. I'm like, what? Why is that there?
Yeah,
Yo, hold on. I'm
you
gonna
know why it's there.
play it right now. You
No,
heard?
no. It's random. So she's a singer, but she's like in a lingerie. It's Amara
Yo.
La Negra.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
so
shit.
it's right there.
Yo, let me know if y'all can hear it. You heard?
Yep.
All right.
Alright, I still
social, economic state of the
only
world,
see.
etc. So why is it titled Black Fatigue? Are we tired of being black, maybe. But I did a little
Yeah, I
bit
can hear it.
Smooth now. Oh, yeah, it's smooth now.
digging.
Not
It has
better now.
nothing to do with, the daily stresses of society and being tired. Upon my further research, aka typing into ChatGPT a simple prompt, black fatigue encompasses the relentless stress caused by daily microaggressions, workplace discrimination, underrepresentation in leadership roles, and the constant need to prove one's worth. So basically, like the people,
Did y'all know that?
It wasn't until I watched this video before I was like, I didn't even know that existed.
I
I've
heard
never
the
really seen
term
on my
here
page.
recently, but
No, I didn't know that.
It's a new
But
term.
if you keep playing the video, he actually goes more in depth of what it actually means behind it.
Top 10 blackest names.
But he'll go more in depth if you keep playing it.
they read the name on the resume and they see any sounds of J, and they instantly throw your resume in the trash because they know you are a black American. And by the way, yes, I know ChatGPT is not necessarily a reliable source. So what better reliable source do we have than Facebook? Black fatigue shines a light on the emotional and physical toll of systemic racism, but like many powerful
Sometimes there's a risk that it gets watered down or misused. It's important that we don't let it become just a buzzword, but keep the focus on.
Okay, here, American Heart Association. It's the exhaustion born of the day-to-day small acts of aggression or small acts of disrespect a black person endures. Now, I think to most of us watching this video, I mean, we could probably make sense of the term. Some people of different racial backgrounds face certain biases from other people, and it sucks, okay? And it's kind of annoying. Video over, right? Well, that's actually not the case. That is not the term that's actually going viral right now. The term that's going viral right now actually stems from something from 4chan, and it's called Nick ER fatigue, okay? People are switching up the definition of black fatigue. Instead of saying people are tired of the micro.
Nah, I'm tired, yo. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm tired of some of these people.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. And to be honest, low key, when you sent this, I watched it, right? Because I wanted to see what he was gonna say. So I already know, but like what he said, the original definition of black fatigue, that actually came out of a book as well too. There was a young woman that wrote a book about black fatigue and actually talks about the microaggressions as black Americans that we face on the daily that people don't even think about. But y'all heard what he said, and fatigue. Yeah, let's see where he go with this.
Microaggressions. They're just saying, we're tired of black people. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do some serious moderation right here. So this is probably gonna be blurred out a little bit, but you know
God
what this
bless
word right
the
here
Lord
probably
first.
is. The term popularized on 4chan describes deep mental exhaustion from being forced to care about black people and their actions 24/7. Damn, bro, y'all don't care about, other citizens of the country? I'm assuming you're Americans. As the 7th riot this month broke out in this town, Tyler was beginning to develop a serious Nick fatigue. You guys are selling a Nick fatigue mug? You mean to tell me I can go on the internet and buy a mug from a trusted website that isn't like, some type of, Triple K affiliate or anything like that, that says hard R fatigue? So now that we got the definitions out of the way, I'm gonna show you the stuff that's been going viral to see if any of it has any basis. Should we be tired of black people? Are we tired of them? Are we tired of them, just mucking everything up and causing disturbance and being a problem in society?
People are tired of dealing with niggas. Black fatigue is a collective tiredness that everyone in the country.
Everyone in the country is tired of dealing with, you do look like the type of person who would say this, but I'm gonna hear you out for some reason.
People are tired of the ghetto-ness, the wretchedness, the loud behavior, the fighting, the arguing. They're tired of all that shit, black people. They're tired of the excuse from black people for why they can't do something is because, well, I'm black, and because of slavery, and because of racism, and because of a bunch of bullshit that does not affect them in reality.
All right, Uncle Ruckus the Third. What did he say? Black people are all loud and ghetto and obnoxious?
We need to stop putting our faith and value in entertainers. They give us a poor representation, a poor image. We need to redefine the objectives and roles of both men and women within the black community.
I think some of the stuff that he said towards the end, it makes a little bit of.
Nah, this dude's like him, bro. Only thing he said I agree with when he talk about putting a high value on like entertainers and stuff like that. Because there's a lot of doctors, lawyers, other professions that we could look at.
Yeah. So
is that black fatigue though?
Nah.
when I think of it,
Exactly.
I think that they are, and I hate to say this because it's where we're from, they are referring to urban blacks, right? So inner city youths that get all the media attention. They never show all the black people in the suburbs or in the country. But they love to show.
Who got a fan on, bro?
I do.
They love to show all the drive-bys all the shootings, all the gangs. That's what they love to show. And
And to
that's what
make that,
everybody thinks that all black people are. But
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
as
but
of
is that the definition of black fatigue though? So like,
no, well, he
as far
he
as
said
being like,
that
as far as being like ratchet, like being like, it changes a lot because now they change it from like being black fatigue. They're actually trying to change it to like ghetto
in our
fatigue, where people are just
yeah.
black people just being loud, being obnoxious. Like, and
okay,
you
Nah,
am I
what
can't
it
have that.
is,
tripping or
bro.
did I read earlier that black fatigue was like work related more so?
Yeah, so but he said that that's not the topic. It's now N-word
It
fatigue.
originated from 4chan being N-word fatigue, where on there it says they're just tired of black people in general. Because
That's
they, you think
that's
black
not where
people,
it originated. That's not where it
no,
originated.
that's what he's saying in the video. Because it
No,
literally changed the narrative, they changed the
No,
definition of
I
it.
think he said that that's where they brought it to, not where it originated
right.
from.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
so.
yeah,
Yeah, this is the same thing like woke, bro. You got a collective of people that's hijacking the phrase black fatigue.
yeah.
Just like the word woke has been hijacked. If you look up woke now,
Yeah.
look at the people that use woke and look how it's used and weaponized. And
Hmm.
guess what? It's like it's like the reverse Uno card of the N word, right? The N word was used to be derogatory towards us, and we say, you know what? We're gonna use it with each other as a term of endearment, even though I try to refrain from saying that word, even though it's like top three in my language. I'll be honest, you know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's like
but
top three.
I'm gonna let
But
you
I'm just
finish. But
saying,
I got something to say about that.
I don't say it anymore. But so what I
you just
got
said it
from
last week.
the video is do are we tired of the ghetto ness or
Let's.
no?
You want to finish the video before we continue the conversation?
Yeah, yeah.
I was
Let's
about to say because being tired of ghetto-ness and black fatigue is two different things from what I
It
can
sounds at least. I
understand
mean,
as of right now.
Oh yes, I would say yes.
yeah.
do we have some, bad idols per se? Yes, but do other communities also have bad idols per se? Yes. Like, for example, bro, rappers rap about drugs, women, shaking butt, selling their, water parks and things of that nature. But I promise you, you turn on country music, bro, they're talking about cheating on their wives and, what I'm saying, hitting Becky from down the
That's a
road as
fact.
well. Okay, it's not just an exclusive thing. It's more like society, American society can grow as a whole, but I wouldn't target black people on this alone. People have no problem with color. They have a problem with culture. I think people like to pick and choose, bro. You say you have a problem with culture, you probably listen to some type of black music because almost every damn music of today's day is inspired by black people. You
Yo, you can
probably
pause
eat
this
some
real
type of
quick.
black food, like, I don't know, goddamn fried chicken and cornbread. Black people are ashamed of
I'm starting to realize that whenever people hear black anything, they automatically associate it with the African or African American community. The word black does not mean African American, African, none of that. Black has its own
No,
definition.
What's the
but that's what I
definition?
think of.
What's
Black
the def?
black is void without color, dead in the eyes of
Oh,
the Lord.
Yes. Okay, my brother been smoking ganja and reading. I love it.
yeah, but we are referred to as black people, though, right?
And that's because we accept it. You are not
Okay,
the color of this background.
and okay, yeah.
Nah, go ahead. Don't say you sound like you. What? That's it. Okay.
No, no. I mean. So then, I mean, in that case, I mean, we accept everything. White people aren't white,
We do.
I mean,
But see, white
it's
people
all
don't
this
call
stuff,
themselves
but
white
that's just
people.
what that's
They call
just
themselves
what
Americans.
we go by.
Or
Period.
Caucasian.
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 Or Caucasian. They don't say they white people. They say I'm American. I'm Caucasian. I'm European.
I hear them say I'm white all the time. I hear
Yeah,
white
that's the
people say
ones
I'm
who
white.
don't know.
I
They're
say I'm
collateral
black.
damage. They don't care about them.
So look. So I. So let me just just for context, right, to go to it, right. So white of the color of milk or fresh snow, snow bunny, due to the reflection of most wavelengths of visible light the opposite of black?
I mean, I get everything that you guys are saying. We are not black.
Wait, that we said. Whoa,
Most
whoa,
of
whoa.
us.
No, that
No.
JS was saying.
And black fatigue, from what I understand, started out as something totally different than what they're snowballing it into be later on down this road.
Yes.
That's what he said in the video.
Therefore, that's why I'm saying that people get up in arms when they hear black anything and automatically, oh, they talking about black people. Got nothing to do with you.
You lost
I'm
me there.
confused because
You lost me.
if I hear black, I think of us.
But
So-
black fatigue has nothing to do with just black people. It's a work related thing.
Yeah, but he said, Sean, that that's not the topic. He went on to say N-word, hard R fatigue.
Yeah, that came afterwards
No,
because
black
now they're
fatigue-
snowballing
black
it
fatigue is
into
the
something.
topic. Black fatigue is the topic,
Right.
but it's not.
It's
not
supposed to be the topic,
dude,
but
it's
they're
not just work.
flipping it.
It's not just work related. I think you missed some of it. It's not just
Yeah,
work related.
It wasn't just work
No, I
related.
didn't say it was just work related, but I know
did.
I heard work related issues in there.
Right. So you can't just say work related and it has nothing to do with you. It definitely has something to do with all people that are considered black.
All
right?
people.
Which hold on, which is primarily like African Americans, right?
Yes. Yes.
So what black fatigue is black people as a whole being tired of societal microaggressions and having to carry the weight of people not understanding, not wanting to understand, i.e., getting pulled over and assuming that you're smoking weed just because you're black,
Mhm.
right? I.e., sticking
Okay.
up for i.e., sticking up for yourself at work and being called the angry black man just because you're not allowing somebody to abuse their power or take advantage of your hard work,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Going to the store, looking at aisles, wanting to buy something and being followed
And having
because
somebody
you're feeling
follow
like
you.
you're gonna
Yeah.
steal, right? That is black fatigue. Those are some examples of being tired of those things.
Black people
That's
getting
black
tired
fatigue.
of things that they are stereotyping us with.
Yes.
Not them getting tired of black people.
A white lady or any lady clutching her purse when you get on the elevator with her.
When you walk past them, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You
yes,
lock your door because you see me.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
Yeah.
You want me to finish it or not?
I mean, you might, because he goes more deeper in the video as
I
far
know,
as
that's
like,
what I'm trying to get through it because we having a lot,
Yeah.
like a lot of
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah, but
finish it. Yeah.
Nothing. They're offended by everything and they contribute to nothing and they feel entitled to everything. Bro, black people contributed to so much in this country from the beginning of time. I don't even want to go into how stupid this comment is. And we are not all the same. What do you mean ashamed of nothing, bro? Some of us don't like certain behaviors. Some of us don't like certain things. We're all individuals at the end of the day, bro. For some reason, they act like all black people are the same, bro. We are not. Now, does it help that I have a literal bowl of watermelon while I'm watching basketball? Probably not. Shout out Tyrese Halliburton, greatest player in NBA history. As a young professional woman who just so happens to be black. But do you hate yourself? What you mean just so happens to be black? The world is rightfully tired of y'all. Who do you think that they're talking about? You want to be one of the good ones so bad.
I've been trying to tell y'all that white people are tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all too, but everybody, the world is getting sick of y'all and y'all's bullshit. I'm so glad this day is here. I've been trying.
She just, one hand underneath. Yo.
You people need help.
You people, y'all. Oh, that's all you had to say right there. Brief intermission. Please make sure you sub to the second channel. Link in the description or also pin in the comment section if you're watching this on mobile or website. I think. I don't know. Now, for some of the black people making these videos, do I think some of them are, rage baiting, trying to get some views? Absolutely yes. Okay. Do I think some of them have legitimate points? Probably too. Yes. But I feel like a trend like this, opens the runways and the floodgates or whatever for other racists to wake up and be like, finally, I've been waiting.
I don't know what black fatigue is. I don't know where it came from. But in public, if you use it my way, I'm gonna beat this out you.
Damn, that's witness fatigue. You explained it perfectly. The rest of the world is tired of you trying to be the center of attention and causing problems. Thank you for more evidence. Is a logical reaction, exhausting behavior. 85 IQ ramblings. Another rambling fool.
That's
Listen to whose
black
attitude.
fatigue.
The fatigue is real. Try it, Gumby. I don't even know who my daddy is. At the end of the day, I feel like it boils down to you have a problem with a black person that they did something, something that you don't like. Tell them. We don't know that dude. It's just a random dude. Like, I have never seen any other race feel like they need to be accountable for other people of their race besides black people, bro. When a white person, God forbids, lights up a school with some, fireworks or candles, it's not like every white person, is like on the streets talking about we apologize on his behalf and stuff. No, bro, it's just a weird dude did a weird thing. Black fatigue is 100% a thing. We're sick of you guys being angry and ghetto all the time. Y'all literally rely on welfare and EBT card. Let's all fight for segregation then. I don't think this is the greatest idea, actually. No class, ghetto, black fatigue. Bro, they're just turning up for the graduation, bro. Would I do this? Absolutely not, okay? But it ain't hurting nobody, right? Okay, they're dancing at the graduation. No, is it a little cringe? Absolutely. I have black fatigue. It didn't bother nobody. They weren't even being loud. They just hit a little pose. Black fatigue is real. It's not about you. See all the other people. Bro, I've seen other people.
Yeah, they completely hijacked the feelings from a black person to use it against black people. This is crazy.
Yeah.
That's also the issue that I have is like, and it'd be on black people, their own people that use it against you. So I'm sick and tired of y'all. I'm like, what?
Like y'all,
Well,
like
What do you mean, y'all?
What she's talking about is exactly what they're trying to turn black fatigue into. That's not black fatigue.
Yeah.
She's just tired of ghetto people, but only relating ghetto people to black people, bro. White people ghetto, Spanish people ghetto.
There was some little white kids at that graduation. I've seen them twerking.
But there's mad people, like there's mad races that have people that you would say is like probably ghetto or whatever. You know what I mean? It's
So,
like, God.
what I am sick and tired of is that on the news and in the shows, all they want to do is show ghetto black people. That's it. That's what I mean. So BET is famous for that. They love the
That's what
ratchet.
Mr. Ratings. That's why.
Yeah. And so all these people in small town America that don't know black people, all they learn is from watching the news and watching these shows, and then they think that of all black people because they don't have black friends, they don't know black people, they work with some black people, but that's it.
I'm still amazed that they hijacked an entire black emotion and use it against the black
Well,
people.
the thing is, this isn't the first time that this happened. It's been happening
That's
for
not
years.
the news. I'm not shocked at that.
The same thing
so
with
many things that they
Yeah.
hijack. So many things.
Black Lives Matter.
Oh, and what I had to say about the word nigger earlier, what y'all don't know is that the word nigger in the guys really means king or queen. It's like somebody taking it from America right now, right? And saying, you fucking president, and looking down on you, like spitting on you, calling you the president. By the fourth, fifth generation, they're going to think president is a bad fucking word. Instead of realizing that that really meant king or queen, ruler.
I think you mean negus, right? Negus.
Yeah.
Niggas.
Negus, I think.
Yes, but it wasn't niggas. It was nigger. That's serious.
No, I don't think so.
That's how it was spelled. Niger. What they call Niger is really nigger.
Say that again.
What they call Niger is really nigger. Niger. That's how you spell it.
Yeah, but how you gonna tell a whole country how to
They
say
told Africa that their name can't be Al-Kabula no more. The original name of Africa is Al-Kabula. They changed that.
What? Nah, Niger and Latin means black, bro.
Yeah.
It's negus.
Yeah, that's what they can say right now.
Which comes from Ethiopia. Negus. Like Negus King. But that was Yeah, it was a title. So it was Negus and pre 1974. Because I've heard that word before, like Negus. I heard that, and I've heard
Yeah,
Niger.
I've heard
But
that plenty of times.
Niger is what I've always heard as black. Unfortunately, like that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I'm just tired. I'm tired of people, bro. They dead hijacking the word. Like, yo, like,
Took
and
a
and
whole feeling
this
from
is
a
what,
black person
bro. This is
and
what
used
happens.
it against us.
Bro, this is what happens all the time. Then you have stupid black people, stupid African American people that jump on the bandwagon because they don't understand and say, "Yeah, I'm glad.
Mhm.
Yeah, we so tired, bro. Like you sound ignorant.
Yeah,
Like
I
what
agree.
you like? I'm
And
gonna
he's
be
talking
honest.
against, yo, you let them take a feeling from you to use it against your own people. And you
Like,
do
bro,
it.
like what they're describing, right? What that dude and that lady's describing, they talking about being around too much niggatry. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. When you're
You
around too
agree
much
with that though?
niggatry, yeah, when you're around too much niggatry, some stuff bound to happen. But that's not black people. They're trying to attach the actions of a small collective of small people that make some ignorant decisions and say, yeah, we tired of y'all like black people. And I think
And that's what
that's
I'm saying,
confusion.
Gene.
Yeah.
Well, that is all they show. That's all they show. So all
Yes.
the fights in the inner
Hmm.
cities, all the people in jail, inner cities,
Well, do you think
the drug
you think
dealing,
every white
inner
person is a
Yeah,
cities.
school shooter?
but we're
Hold
allowing
on.
them to use
You think
black
every white person is
fatigue
a school shooter?
for them.
With,
Do
I
you
couldn't
I
think
hear
can
that.
hear
every
you,
white
Gene.
person is a school shooter?
No,
When you grew up, what type of people was predominantly in your area?
black and Hispanic.
Right. So for me, right, I got to play devil's advocate. When you give a
Mhm.
small town white people the olive branch of saying they don't know black people, they didn't see black people. You just told me that
We
you grew up
don't.
in an area. You just told me you grew up in an area where it was black and Spanish. So, what did you see of white people? Columbine, Timothy
No, no,
McVeigh.
no,
Hold on,
no,
hold on.
no, no. Everything, all the shows, it's positive. It's
Okay, so
mostly positive about white people.
growing
We're
up,
not talking about shows
we didn't
though.
have
We're
family
talking about
matters.
like the news and stuff, the things
Yes,
that
I
actually
am.
happen.
We
Oh,
didn't have
yes, I
family
am.
matters. Do
I
we have
said
family
shows, and then I
Okay, well,
said,
Family Matters. You got the Fresh
parenthood?
Prince of Bel Air. You got the
now,
Cosby
Gene,
Show.
you are using the exceptions.
No,
You're
I'm
using
not.
the
No, I'm
exceptions
not.
because when you use a different world
Okay,
and the Fresh Prince
okay,
and Family Matters
okay.
and
Parenthood
the Parenthood,
in the
those
house.
are
Cosby
the
Show.
exceptions because I can name about 1,000 movies where it's ghetto, it's black, it's killing.
So name them. Name them.
Okay, and then you got white movies
I can name
where they're
5 mo-
kidnappers, they're
I can name 5
kidnappers,
movies
Menace
they're
to
you like.
rapists.
Society,
Dang, hold on, I can't hear it one
Juice.
at a time.
So Menace to Society, Juice,
Okay.
Boys in the Hood,
Okay.
all the classics. All the
Okay.
classics is gangs and shooting.
So you mean to tell me there's no classic positive black
No,
movies?
I said that those
But wait a
are
minute,
the
there's a
exceptions.
bunch of
I'm not
there's a
saying
bunch
that.
of ruthless killing classics from white people too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my
Die
goodness.
Hard is a trilogy.
What I'm saying is what's pushed more versus the exceptions. I was happy when A Different World was out. I mean, I watched that all the time. One of my favorite shows. I love The Cosby, right?
Okay. To your point, I'm not disagreeing with your point about what's being pushed. I'm not arguing that. Like that would be dumb. I understand that. What I'm saying is to give the excuse to a population because of where they grew up, and we could turn around and say the same thing, but not
That's a
have that
fact.
No.
outlook. Hold on, but not have that outlook. I'm like, that's kind of giving them the scapegoat, bro. Because it's again, I know that's how propaganda and all those things work, unfortunately, right? But bro, if I never had an interaction with a white person, it's very ignorant for me to believe Like that's just how they are. Like all of them are school shooters, serial killers, and bombers.
Okay. So,
That's
Gene,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing with you about what's being pushed. I'm saying because you're saying where they grew up, they probably don't know a black person. You probably didn't really learn the white person
Gene,
until you became 15 or 16.
Gene, tell me about Russians.
Tell you
Go
about
ahead.
Russians,
Yeah.
like what I see or what I see on TV.
Yeah. Exactly. You don't know. You haven't been there.
That's
All
my
you know,
point.
all you know is what you see on TV.
That's my point. And what did I
No,
say
that's
to
his
you? I was
point.
like, what? I didn't
Tell
even
me about
describe. Hold on.
Russians.
I didn't even describe Russians. I said what? Like what I see on TV. I can't
Yeah.
describe a Russian. I don't hang around Russians.
They're spies.
So then, Gene,
Josh
tell
is
me
retarded.
what you know about Russians, Gene. It's an easy question.
I don't know anything about Russians.
I know one Russian
Okay.
said if he dies, he dies.
I know they're
Okay.
spies. They're hidden
Okay.
spies.
So you don't know how they talk. You don't know how they dress. You don't know what hats they wear. You don't know how they dance because you've seen it in all the movies.
That don't mean it's true.
That's not
No,
a real.
listen.
That's not a real. That's not a real.
my point. That's my point. All these people in small towns learned about black people from shows and news.
From what they see.
Like how you learned about Russians.
Here's the difference. You
What's
just
the
asked me what
difference?
I know about Russians, and I said I can't tell you because I don't hang around them enough. The difference
You
between
didn't want
me.
to answer.
Hold on. The
You
difference.
know stuff about Russians.
What do I know? That they wear the that is cold. They wear the winter hat. That's it.
Yeah. See.
A winter hat.
Yep.
That's it.
And they always angry and they yell and they make vodka.
Look at Sean talking. See? Look. There's my point. There's my point.
That's not, bro.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, bro. What I'm
That's
saying
German.
is-
That's German, JS.
What I'm saying is
that's German?
Yeah, that's
It's close
German.
enough.
that's a place of ignorance, bro. If you ask me
I
about
didn't say
Albanians,
that it's right, Gene.
hold on. If you ask me about Albanians, I can tell you about Albanians. You ask me about Indians, I can tell you about that. I
Yeah.
can tell you about mad different cultures. What I'm saying, you ask, hold on, because I let you talk. I didn't interrupt
Okay.
you. What I'm saying is, you asked me about Russians, and what I'm telling you, for me, I'm telling you, I don't know because I don't know them. Yes, I could easily say what I see on TV, but if you're asking me, I'm telling you, I don't know. And that's what I'm telling you. The difference between me and those small downtown people is that they're willing to believe the ignorance and the stereotype without learning, and that's the problem.
And willing to
That's what I'm
spew
saying.
it without
That's what
learning.
I'm saying. Because how many
Dinga
times?
dinga dargan.
How many times in your life has somebody said to you probably that I thought you was mean, or I thought all black people could jump high, I thought all black people like country, like think about it, right? Before they know you, that is a place of ignorance.
Yeah,
And I'm
all the
saying, if you're
time.
asking me now, the 40-year-old me, and all the learning that I have done and I'm still trying to do, I don't operate from that. That's what I'm telling you. That's my
I
point.
get that. And I never said that it was right. I'm just saying that these people that grew up in small towns, they did not have black people around. They don't have black friends. So all they went off were the stereotypes they seen in the news and the TV. It's the same thing that you learned about for Russians or Mongolians or South Africans.
And you know what? I see your point, Sean, because if they only learning about us from TV shows and whatnot, now we don't have the luxury of really getting around a Russian to learn them. But if we did get around a Russian to learn them, we would proceed with the caution that we learned from movies and shows that we've seen.
Exactly.
Like
right.
we would proceed with the cautions of what we learned from movies and whatnot. Because it's better going there with something than nothing to go off of. Now, no, are you going to project all of that onto them? No, but you would like have it in your mind to be like, okay, let me sit back to figure this out, and like, okay, I know that Germans like sauerkraut and sausages put together. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me make sure I got that kind of dish in my house for them. You feel me?
And my issue again is that those type of stereotypes is a place of ignorance, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Right.
It
That's
is.
It
what
is.
I'm saying. And I'm saying
Yeah.
when someone doesn't take the time to just try. All right. So look, perfect example, right? When you go somewhere different, they find out you're from New York. First thing they say was like, "Yo, I thought New Yorkers were mean,"
I thought y'all was
Yeah.
right?
cocky ass motherfuckers.
But
Yeah.
and my initial issue with you giving them that olive branch is that I don't want to give people an excuse to be ignorant, bro. Everybody has the option to learn. That's my so when you say these small town people they don't know black people, they only learn on TV, I am telling you that it is a choice for them to just believe everything they see on their TV
I
and
agree.
never be open to learn about the individuals. Just
I
like
never said that they aren't open to learning.
well, you
All
just
I'm
But
saying
their
is
initial point of
that
learning, they're gonna have that in them while they're learning. If you
is
first meeting
that
them.
they get all these stereotypes first from all this bad news
Mhm.
and bad movies that's been
Now you call
put
Boys
out
in the
there.
Hood a bad movie. That's crazy. Go ahead.
No, well, I mean, it's
Come on, you know what he meant.
shooting and it's
You know
killing.
what he meant.
It's a
Nah, I
classic.
don't know what he meant.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
So
Yo, God, you're
it's
not
gang
going back and
violence,
make the
right?
reporter like that. You did know what he meant,
You
right?
know what he meant.
You know he meant as far as violence and whatnot going on, not the production of the movie,
Yeah,
not the writing.
All
Come
right. So
on.
to
it's a classic. I mean, I
Sean's
watched it a
point,
whole bunch of times.
if I'm believing everything on TV and I'm watching TV, right? You asked me about Russians. I'm supposed to believe that they always breaking out of jail and doing these heists and stuff.
You
Yes,
don't know nothing about Russians, Jim. What
yes.
are you talking about?
I said if
I
I'm looking at
believe if
movies,
you're gonna pull up a heist,
I
it's
said,
gonna be a Russian on your team. Yes, I believe that.
No, well,
I
once you
assume that
learn Russian, well, listen,
every
so
Russian was a spy or they're Spetsnaz. They're special
yeah,
forces.
you see,
Hey man, all I
I
know is they
met a
can
guy
fight
at
their
work,
ass
right?
off. I need one of them with me if I'm gonna be doing something tough.
And
I
vodka.
met a
Bring vodka.
guy
And vodka.
at work.
And
He had a
vodka.
Russian last name. He was Russian, and it's a famous one. And I said, "Oh my goodness, just like the spy," and he got pissed off. He was so mad because he was like, "That's the first thing that you think of when you meet me," and blah blah blah. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, there's some ignorance showing there, right? Right?" So I
exactly.
mean,
Oh,
Mad
man.
ignorant.
Bro, it's
they're
so
the
funny.
same
Godfall, a
people.
song like that.
No, it's so funny to me because being in the military, we automatically assume people last names like, yeah, you speak Spanish. Like I met this dude, his
Yeah,
last
yeah,
name's
yeah.
Navarro.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak Spanish at all.
If you hear
Grew up,
Diego, that
he grew
nigga's
up in Ohio.
Dominican.
He grew up in Ohio, and he's like Mexican and white. But because his last name's Navarro, everybody thought, oh, you speak Spanish. He's like, no.
Well, he Mexican and white, so it's not far fetched. He should have spoke Spanish.
But they because his last name, they think that. But no, he never spoke Spanish at all in his life. But I get what you mean.
So
I
yeah,
understand.
like look,
Yeah.
to be honest, if I'm being honest, like you gotta state your case. You know that, right?
Yeah.
We need context and we need content, right? So I can't just be letting stuff slide. I understand like what you're saying,
I can.
obviously, right? But there might be somebody that's watching that's looking for more sometimes, right? That might be one have the same viewpoint as me. But I really do stand firm on it's like yo, like the young dude said in the video, bro. Like it is cat like what you just did to give the white people in the small town that reason. I don't want to say excuse, but that reason of not knowing a black person, that is exactly what he means about us carrying the weight of other people's feelings and decisions on our backs and shoulders. It's not it's not at times it is, but it's not always our responsibility to educate people on who we are and how we truly conduct ourselves. And guess what? Like he said, no other race has to do that. Why
You know why?
I don't agree
You
with
know
him on
why?
that. I don't agree with him
You
on
know
that.
why?
All right, so what? So
You
what?
know, but wait a
What
minute.
other race has?
First of all, no, it's not our responsibility to say or apologize for what everybody in our race does. We
True.
don't know all of them. You know what I'm saying? Period, point blank. And two, that young man is speaking from a place which I can understand what he's saying, but at the same time, yeah, it shouldn't be our spot to have to educate everybody on us and this and the third. But don't get mad when they sit back and have the perception of you that they have if you don't want to educate them
Exactly.
on who you are.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, I also think that lots of people have stereotypes. I mean, from
Plenty of them. Chinese folks can't drive.
yeah,
It's either they can't drive or they
yep.
fast and the furious with it. Period,
I didn't.
point blank.
Jewish people.
Hold on.
I
I
mean,
didn't say. I didn't say about
everybody's got to defend
stereotypes.
themselves.
I didn't say about stereotypes. What I said, they don't have to defend themselves.
Yes,
Like,
they do. He just
no,
said
hold on.
I'm
Like,
gonna
think
let you
about
finish.
you can't compare saying Chinese people can't drive to a white woman clutching her purse when the black person gets on the elevator. Those are two different things, bro. You
Well, it's
Yeah,
understand
not.
because
what
you
I'm saying?
make
Like
somebody else feel
all of
bad
our
and insignificant when you clutch your bag. But at the
all
same
of our
time, a
stuff
stereotype is a stereotype.
all of our main stuff that you talk about that people see on the news is related to something violent, something that contains vitriol. Like, we're gonna rob, we're gonna shoot, we're gonna steal, we're gonna make a mess, we're gonna cause a disruption.
okay.
You don't see that on the news for other races of people. That's what I'm saying, bro. A Chinese person is not out
That's
here
what I
defending
said
themselves.
too.
So why you just said
You-
no? You disagree. That's what I'm saying.
No, he
I don't
didn't. He
agree
said that they
that.
don't show that on the news. This is what people see about us whenever they
Yeah,
show us. This is why they
I don't
believe it. That's what
agree
he's saying.
that other people don't have to defend themselves.
So that's what I'm
Everybody
saying.
does.
Tell me how they do. Tell me how they have to. That's what I'm saying.
No, they
Let's
don't have to, and they don't. And that's the
let's
difference.
use
We feel the need to have to stand up for everything a black person does. No, it was that nigga, not me. Talk to
There
him.
you there you go. That's the point. But go ahead, Big S.
Jewish people. They have to defend
Oh, you said it.
themselves all the time when they are called
You getting
um,
canceled.
bankers
Oh my God,
and
Josh,
things like that.
please step in, Josh.
Josh, please step in.
What was that? I just heard an echo.
What was that? I just heard an echo.
That's
Yes,
That's yeah,
that's
yeah.
very true.
That's
you
very
gotta
cool.
take those
You
off.
gotta take those off.
Who
You
got
had
to take?
those
Because
off.
I still hear echo.
All right,
No, I switched my headphones.
you killing us. All right, I think we good.
Right.
Josh, I saw your
Right.
face, Josh.
Josh. Yeah.
I haven't heard
I
that
haven't heard that
about
Hold
Jews
about
on,
defending
hold on,
themselves
hold on.
like in that
in that
manner
manner.
at
I
all.
heard that at all.
That's
Hold
why I
on,
was
let me see.
confused.
I was confused.
You haven't heard that a whole bunch of theories
Of
that
theories.
Jewish people control everything, which is not true, and it hurts them. It hurts them because I've heard it, and I have Jewish friends, and we speak about this, and that's one of their stereotypes.
Personally, no, I have not. I have not heard that.
Okay,
Like the only stereotype I also heard is that, like you said, like whenever stuff happens on the news, it's either they're black or they're Hispanic. Or when like a white person does like something happens on the news, either a white person they're a serial killer or they're a school shooter. Like those are the type of stereotypes I see. But the issue is, oh well, he's white, he has a mental issue, but let a black or Hispanic person do it, oh, they're part of a gang. They're gangbangers.
this is my whole problem.
This is my whole problem.
I said that is what they show. They need to change the narrative and show the other half or the majority of black people.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think, absolutely, I don't disagree with that. And correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but I think Josh and JS, I muted you. Let me know when you're ready because you echoing too bad. Josh,
Yeah.
let me know if you disagree. Hold on. All right, you good now?
You can hear me?
All right, we can't hear you. Yeah,
All
we can hear
right.
you. All right.
Yeah.
So, Josh,
All
I
right.
think you would agree with this. And here's what I'm saying, right? I'm not saying that calling someone that's Jewish a banker and saying they owe everything doesn't hurt. I'm not saying that. But and Josh, correct me if I'm wrong. What I am saying is that if we're going to compare, because that's what we're doing sometimes, and you relate that to someone believing that a black person, every black person they see is going to rob them, shoot them, or steal, those are apples and oranges, right?
Yeah, but you also got Hispanic people that they gonna steal your car tires. Like that's a stereotype about them. They're gonna come jack your car
Yeah,
radio or something like that.
I much rather be stereotyped as a banker and owning everything. I much rather that.
Yeah,
1,000.
yeah, but not a
I
tightwad
get it.
also
Yeah, I
because
get
they're
it.
also labeled as
There's
a
a,
tightwad.
yeah.
They
There's
pinch
different levels
pennies.
of stereotype. I
I'm
get
not
it.
saying
They're
which
also
one
told
is
they're also
better,
told that
which
they
one is
stink
worse.
because they
I'm
don't
just
use
saying
like
that
regular
everybody
soaps
has
and
to
stuff.
do it.
Hold on, y'all over talking each other.
All right, Sean, go ahead.
Nah, I mean because they're also stereotyped as tightwads. They're stereotyped as people who actually like smell because they don't use like the traditional soaps and deodorants that everybody use. They're known as people who like I know this is a stereotype and it's not true. I can't say if it's true or not, but a lot of them say that they're inbred because they mess around with the same community of people. You know, it's good stereotypes and bad stereotypes with every walks of people.
So everybody has to defend themselves.
Yeah,
And that's what I
whether good or
said.
bad.
I didn't agree with that guy because we are not the only ones that have to defend ourselves. There's no way. Every culture around the world, I mean, you could be Hutu and Tutsi. You have to defend yourself. It's not just black people.
I
I don't know
agree.
why
I
he
agree.
said
The
that, but I don't agree.
No, I agree
the
what you
difference
said,
is
Big S.
everybody else don't defend themselves. They can care less what you're talking about. We the only ones who feel a need to say no, that ain't us. I don't care what you think.
Everybody
But
Is what
does.
we should get to.
so everybody does defend themselves, but there's different levels to it because there's some people who take it more serious than the others. Like you said, for your friend Big S, that's Jewish. Everybody automatically thinks he owns a bank. He takes offense to it. Honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing to take offense to compared to
Me
It
either.
a black
is.
person. He about to rob me. He about to
No,
jump
because
me. Like
they are painting them as this big bad villain, right? I mean, everything that's happening is because they are behind the scenes moving the money,
You such an apologist.
and that's not
You're an
and that's not true.
apologist.
oh, I didn't even think of it that way. I thought,
Gene,
he
you can
making
call
money.
me
You
you
know
can call
what?
me what you want, but I
You know what?
mean,
Everybody know what they do. I can care less how they feel. You know what it is. All right.
Show us the apologist. I get it. It's all good.
I'm not an
I ain't
apologist. I'm just
apologizing
Yeah,
real.
for
you
shit.
are. You are. You're a
How
sympathizer.
so?
You're a sympathizer with everyone except for black people. You ain't give us one excuse.
I stand with black people
Nah, nah,
first
you don't.
and
You don't.
You
foremost.
know what? You know
Nah,
what? I got your back, Sean. He
he
not
did.
giving us an excuse because he expect more from us because we
Nah,
his people. The rest of them
nah.
can have an excuse. Yeah.
I just said that everybody is equal. How am I? How am I not with black people by saying it's equal?
Because we technically not. I don't care what nobody say.
Look, he came in. He came in.
They
You
took the
can't even
money.
go deeper into your
They took the
explanation.
money.
Advocate. Let me advocate.
I'm trying to understand, like,
Advocate for black
what
people. Let me hear you advocate for black people.
I already did. I said that they need to stop showing all the killings, all the violence.
We don't control the media, Sean. We ain't showing that.
Who's
We're
that?
not showing that. You wrapping it right back around to your
We
friend who
have
got
our
upset
own-
about being called a banker.
Oh,
We have our own production companies now. We have Netflix.
It
we have
ain't fucking
streaming,
with
we have
Viacom.
avenues.
It ain't fucking with Viacom, Sean.
But what
The
about
news goes on
what about
Viacom.
CNN?
We have avenues
The
now.
news goes on Viacom. Mainstream. We not mainstream. You got to pay for our shit.
We got streaming now. We have avenues where
Yeah, that you got to
we can
pay
show
for.
a different way
These
of life.
niggas is on channel 4, channel 2, channel 5. You get that whether you got cable or not.
All right. So every time I try to talk, all I'm saying is we have to change the narrative. If you want people to stop clenching their purses and they've never met you, we got to stop handing them a reason.
But
Well,
to
hold
your
on,
but
hold
to
on,
your
hold on,
point,
wait.
we didn't give them the narrative.
nope.
They seen it on TV. We didn't give them that narrative. They seen it on TV. That's your point.
Yo,
This
you see what
crime.
I'm saying? Yo, hold on.
No,
Maybe
hold
I-
on, Gene. Hold on. Let me finish this. These crimes are not made up. They are there. They just choose to show them more.
I told you
makes
that he
more
can
money.
advocate for us. He started out advocating for us, and then he put it right back on. Don't give them a reason to be mad at us.
I didn't say mad at us.
Whatever.
Well,
I
we
didn't say
not
mad
the
at
ones
us.
controlling the narrative. We not controlling the narrative, Sean.
Yeah, see, I got you.
Wait,
Got you.
so
Ho.
then,
I got you, ho. I got
who
you.
is
Ho.
controlling it, Sean?
Just told me not to say it.
See? Look, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Look,
I'll
see?
say it.
No, don't say nothing. But look what I'm saying. See?
Oh, okay then. You
It's
can't ask me to
types
say the
and
truth
everything.
and then
Look,
say don't say
everybody.
the truth, but then say the
No.
truth. I can tell you
No,
who's
it ain't
controlling the
the truth.
narrative,
I'm just
but y'all
saying.
asked me not to say it. So who owns Viacom?
Let's hold on. But what I what I will say is this, and y'all can answer that in the chat. We're not answering that. What I will say is this, right? When you say don't give them a reason, right? I'm one person, and then there's 4 of us all together. There's gonna take many more.
Yeah.
There are so many people that don't give them a reason, despite the movies, despite the news. So I, with that thinking, with that narrative, it should be the same as shouldn't everybody else not give a reason for people to have these stereotypes? And that's when I go full circle and I say a part of the fatigue is always carrying the weight of other people's feelings on our backs and shoulders to bring it full circle, because you just said don't give them a reason to clutch their purse. All I did was walk on the elevator. Hold on. All I did was walk on the elevator. All you did was go to your car to put your groceries in. You wasn't trying to rob anybody. So if us as 4 individuals
No
are living
more.
that life, how fair is that for us to say to ourselves and other people that are doing that? All we could do is keep uplifting the ones that are. And it's up to each individual, no matter what race, creed, or nationality, to try to find the ones that are being regular, good human beings. And to go back to those people in that small town, that is by choice to believe everything they see on that box or on this phone without seeking it
That's
out
a
for
fact.
themselves. And that's
I agree.
why
I don't care about
That's
y'all
what I've
opinions.
been saying the whole time. The media in all these movies, they paint a dark light on black people, right? They try
But you
to make us.
also got
What do you mean, wow?
movies like Braveheart and
Intellectual.
Maximus and whatnot. That shows white people being Vikings and savages. They're not defending that.
Oh my goodness. They have way more shows. They're friends. They got Golden Girls. They got everything. We have. Listen to me. All right. You guys want to look at
Careful
the
now,
exceptions, right?
Why? Wait, before you get into
because
that,
we got the Jamie Foxx show,
hold on, JS.
Wayne's Brothers.
Hold on, JS. Before you get into that big S, right? I want you to think on this. Why, when me and JS decide to name our black shows that are positive, you're calling those the exception to the rule? Why isn't Friends and all those other shows the exception to the rule of the movies that they have?
It's so many of
Yes,
them.
So do
because
we
they
not
got
have,
yo, look,
so
they
do
got
we
Teen
not have
Wolf.
so many?
That's a movie full of white teenage kids who turn
It's
them into wolves and vampires, ripping each other apart.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm really asking for dialogue.
Yeah.
Because I'm not disputing that negative things are pushed in our culture. I'm not disputing that, right? I'm not.
You
Definitely
have
is.
said that already.
Huh?
You have said that already.
Right. I just want to be clear again, right? So that way, when I say is our stuff the exception to the rule, I'm like, bro, maybe because I'm blackity black, I could name so many positive black movies and shows. So for me, it's not the
That
exception.
never made it out to small town America.
I get what Big S is saying. Because Gene, you're right.
But it's not on us to fix small town America's mind. It's on small town America to get with the time.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Josh.
Like, because let's all be real. Because you mentioned like Friends. Like I'll say the show Friends. Friends was actually like the biggest show in the mid '90s. It was like the biggest show. Everybody watched it, to include small town America.
Living Single, but go ahead.
It was bigger than Living Single.
The Cosby Show.
They stole it from Living Single, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're right. They did, but it would end up being the biggest show because I'll play the stereotype, like, because it was all like white people like getting along with each other, having a good time, and America painted that picture as far as like, oh, that's how the white community looked. People didn't really pay attention to like the Fresh Prince or Family Matters, even though those were like
what about Good Times? What about the Jeffersons?
They didn't pay attention
We've
to
been
it.
had good shows.
I never said it wasn't a good show. You got to understand like the way America sees those shows. Like we know about Good Times. We know about different
all in
shows.
All in the Family had racism all on it.
Yeah,
like Archie Bunker was spewing racist quotes every chance he got.
And the saddest thing
they're
is,
not being in a bad light. This is crazy.
The saddest thing is, it really didn't. It really didn't. It's the sad part. It didn't, because they just took it as jokes. Which obviously it was.
Yeah, it's jokes when they come to us, but if we joke back, now it's no longer jokes. Come on now.
I'm just saying it
is
a great point. That's a great point.
You're making a great point, Josh. I understand what you're saying, right? And it's like, so our eyes and our TV sets are infiltrated because that true white American story is pushed everywhere.
Yes. Unfortunately,
will everyone agree with that, right?
It is.
No? Big S?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Like when we talk about the true white American story, like a Friends, that's pushed everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then, okay, right? So then to Josh's point, and it would coincide with Big S, right? About small town America. They're not going to search for those shows, right? They're not going to search for Family Matters, Living Single, and stuff like that. And guess what? It's because it's black. Now the crazy hypothetical thing you got to think about, is it because it's black, or is it because they think black people bad, or is it because they don't like black? There's so many different things you got to throw into that pot of why someone of a different race or creed wouldn't just want to watch a show that could be good. Let's just call it.
But you know what?
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like a show that could be good, and that's all when you talk about unconscious bias. Because Big S, your favorite show is Boy Meets World. That's an all-white show.
Mine too.
Right? That's an all-white show. So when I think about it again, think about the ignorance it takes for somebody else to not give a Living Single a chance by just looking at it from a show instead of looking at it from black people on the show. Because if you
But
do
you
that,
know something?
if you do that with Boy Meets World, if you're like, I'm in the hood, I'm black, this show is white, I'm not even gonna take a look at it, you miss out on a great show.
All right.
So take that and
Right.
put the opposite with black. That's what I'm
All right,
saying.
Gene. Well, so
But
let
at
me
the
know.
same time,
Hold on. Let me know how many Hmong shows do you watch? How many
what?
Indian shows
Monk?
do you watch?
Wait,
How
what's the first one?
many?
You said monk shows?
Yes. It's
okay,
culture
sure. Now you're
of
talking
Asian
about
people.
anomalies. Now
No,
you're talking about
no.
anomalies because at the
These
same time,
are
these shows are
Americans.
not being broadcasted
Why
mainstream
can't I talk?
everywhere. They have a certain channel for those
Why
things.
can't I talk? No. There are Asian shows fresh off the boat. Have you watched that?
I've heard of that show.
On
Have
DVD.
you watched it?
No,
It's
I
on
didn't watch
Netflix.
it.
Oh, it's a
John?
show called Fresh Off the Boat?
You don't even know about it. See? So
I sure don't.
why? Oh no, hold on. Let me talk. Why don't you guys watch Asian shows? Why don't
I
you
do.
guys
No,
watch Indian
I do.
shows?
Hold on.
I do.
no,
You name one-
I'll watch
hold on,
Asian shows
hold on.
because
You
I
name
definitely
one-
watch
you name one
anime and
show.
all of that.
You name one show.
No.
You name one
I'm
show.
talking about sitcoms. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen Beef? Did you watch Beef on Netflix?
Oh, that's one of my favorite shits.
Oh look!
No, I don't think I've seen Beef.
Look! Hold on. That's how I want to say how far.
You ever watch Vet?
Hold on. That's how
Hold
many
on, let
holes.
Gene talk.
That's how many holes that argument has. Anybody can name one show that we may have not watched. And Fresh Off the Boat is a popular show. I know that. I just never watched it. But I just named Beef, which is an acclaimed TV show on Netflix that you never watched. And it's
Squid
Asian.
Games.
Hold on. I'm trying to give him something comparable. Hold on, Jess. I'm trying to give him something comparable. But my point is, we all can name a show that's popular from a different culture that we may have not watched. You just named Fresh Off the Boat. I said I'm aware of it, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I said Beef. Do you even know what the show Beef is?
No, because I don't watch a lot of movies.
No, it's not a movie.
It's
See
It's
what
one
I'm
of my
saying?
favorite shows, though.
Hold on.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm
sitcom,
saying
yeah.
that.
It's a show,
series.
and it's Asian. So my point I'm trying to make is that we could poke holes in anything you want by you choosing these anomalies, right? When we talk about black and white, hold on. When we talk about black
No.
and white, real quick, those are, let's say, those are the yin and yang. Those are two main things, unfortunately.
Right. That's
talk about
gonna
this,
be
right?
here.
Hold
You
on,
wanna talk
Sean. Let Gene talk, because I want to hear him.
You want to talk about Indian shows? No, but I watch Bollywood movies. All right. You want to talk about Monk? No, but I watch Chinese mythology. I actually watch karate shows that are Chinese and everything. I watch that. Like, hello, if you want to talk about animated stuff, I watch all different type of anime. That's not American at all by far. Very few shows, right? But most of those are Asian, Korean, manga, all those type of stuff. So you can't, you know what I'm saying? So when you talk about the one show Fresh Off the Boat, we both could go back and forth with a show here, a show there, a show that say, oh, you didn't see that, oh, you didn't see that. But if we're talking about how America was, right, we're talking about America, because JS made a point about America, then Archie Bunker, you're talking about small town white people. That is American. When you throw like a Monk and Indian and all those things in there, then you dilute that because it's easy to poke holes and find those things. If we're just talking about black and white, bro, there are some things
I'm not just talking about black and white.
But the prime
But
example.
we were
that
talking
you
about
use-
black fatigue, so we
But
should be talking about black and white.
Right. And the prime example that you used was a small town in white America. That's why I said that. Right? That was the precedence of your the antithesis of your argument.
You said that these people are missing out on a good show because they're black. So then I went to the most popular Asian show, a good show that all of you are missing out on. It's not because you're racist, right? That was my point.
Of course not.
What? But you
But
just
see, with the
Just
movies
said-
and shows and stuff around here nowadays, we have social media, there's YouTube, there's internet everywhere. So small town America has no reason to not have seen these Americanized black shows by now.
Yes, they do. It's the same reason that you haven't watched all these
Asia
other
is not
shows.
America. Asia
What?
is not America. You can talk about
These are
Asian movies
Asian
all you want to.
Americans,
I'm
Sean.
talking about American shows. Okay,
Yes,
I didn't see
these
Dexter,
are
but I've seen shows like Bet. I've seen
American
shows like
shows.
Kira Kagan. I've seen shows like all that type of stuff. Come on, it's
No.
different shows you're gonna watch.
I'm
I watch
talking about
African shows.
Asian.
That's not in America, but we're talking about
I'm
America.
talking
The
about
way
American
white
shows,
people
Sean.
view black people in
Sean,
America.
I am talking about American shows. These are
But
American
you,
shows.
but that
They
foot
are
thing that you were talking about, that Asian show. Didn't you say that was Asian?
they are Asian American. Yes.
Okay, more Asian though.
No. What
More
more
Asian.
Asian? What are you talking about? No.
They're not catering
All
to the
right.
Asian
Listen.
community with their show.
Disclaimer. No. I don't get what he
I
said.
don't know
No.
nothing about the show. I know nothing about the show.
They're Asians born in
Period.
America. So they're
Okay. So
Oh, wait, you know what?
what? Are they
Hold on.
are they on mainstream TV at all, or are they
Hold on.
just
Yes.
Asian?
Yes.
They own the
Yes,
supermarket.
they are.
They own the supermarket.
They do?
No.
No,
That's a
they-
different show.
but it's Asian, that show too.
Yeah.
So listen.
I watched that one.
Okay, listen, bro.
I don't get it.
Hold on. The reason why, like, you could throw whoever you want to throw in there, right? What I'm saying is, we were. I mean, this discussion could take many forms, right?
Mhm.
The original point was black fatigue. Then it went into N fatigue, right?
Yeah.
And then it went into white people being pretty much the N fatigue is white people being tired of black people, correct?
After hijacking it from black fatigue.
No.
it was after the hijack.
I went into it's everyone. I said that
Tired of black people.
I'm tired of the media showing black people and
I'm tired of niggas too. Fuck it.
Oh, he
I got
no.
too.
No,
I'm
he did.
tired
Yes, he
of the
said that.
media and movies
Mm-hmm.
showing black people in a negative light. That's
Yes.
all I said.
He did say that.
No, I'm not. I didn't say you, bro. I said what the discussion was, the points. Not
Yeah,
the
the,
points that we made, but
what we was watching.
right, the think pieces that we heard and read that
Yeah.
formed our opinion was the topic, right? Was black fatigue, and then it
Mhm.
went into N
Black
fatigue.
emotion.
And what I said was
A universal emotion towards blacks.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
And what I said was N fatigue was that because of white people now being tired of black people? Is that what N fatigue is?
No.
They started it.
All right. So what is N fatigue? Everybody being tired of black people?
Yeah, everybody
Not
tired of black
black
people. Which means they tired of niggas.
Yeah. What he
Everybody
said.
on
he
the block
said,
standing there selling drugs, drinking all damn day. They
not
tired of them
black
niggas.
people, just a small group of black people, or
You know, pants
or white
hanging low,
people.
tight pants hanging low.
Not black
You know what
people.
I'm saying?
bro. I never
Can't
said
run from
that.
the cops because they pants around their ankle.
So again, no one finds a
You hear
problem
him.
with we're getting into semantics, right? Because and that's what I was saying about the young lady and the gentleman. I was saying they're part of the problem because we can speak code and decipher that they are probably not talking about black people. But
Right.
because and when I say black people, trying to separate the regular hardworking citizen that's doing their thing versus citizens that are not, that happen to be black, that people will refer to as the N-word. What I'm saying is,
First of all, nigga don't mean
on.
black, so it's separated already.
Hold on,
Hold on,
bro.
Sean. Let him
Hold
talk.
on. What I'm saying is the overall arching theme is society being tired of black people, but using the N-word, N fatigue, because they're not
Trying to
trying
play
to
us.
differentiate. That's what I'm saying.
And we tired of them niggas too.
Right.
How about that?
Like just ask yourself, guys. Do you think the regular common person that's not black, that's using N fatigue, is saying, you know what? There's some black people I like, but I got N fatigue. You think they're differentiating like that, or you think they're just lumping us all together, like the
No, they
media?
love to go together. That's why they say it by themselves, not in front of their black friends.
That like think about that. Do you think so? You think they're separating it? Let's be honest.
Hell no.
Josh, what you think?
I think they're low key racist because they
Okay,
wouldn't say that in front of black people.
okay, right. Everybody's a keyboard warrior, right? Big S. Would
Yep.
you agree or disagree? You think they're different, separating it, or you think they're lumping all black people to N fatigue?
So who are we talking about?
The
Just
people that
People in
everybody?
general, like the
Oh,
white folk that say it, are they
that have,
lumping all of us
yeah, that have
together,
N
or are they
fatigue.
talking about actual niggas?
Because you say
I
you
think
think about
that it will vary.
you say you think about a small percentage of black people, right? That you would call
Mhm.
N words,
Yeah.
right? Does everyone have the mental wherewithal, like yourself, the people that's not black, to separate it like that? That's what I'm asking.
No, I don't think that everyone has that.
Hell
No.
to the
Okay, that's
no.
the point
To
I'm
the
trying to
no, no,
say.
no.
The
Hell
answer,
to the
no,
no.
the
But I
answer
think a lot of
universally
people
is no.
do.
The answer universally is no. They don't. So now when you get into like, it unfortunately does go back to black and white. Unfortunately, I didn't see no Spanish people saying that. I didn't see no Asian people saying that.
You didn't look for it. You didn't look for it then because
So
it's
did you see
there.
it?
But you know how hard you're gonna have to look to see
So
one
did
of them saying it?
so did you
They
see it?
generally don't give a fuck.
So did you see it then? Since I didn't look for it.
I didn't look for it. Josh is the one that
I see. I look for it. I did not
he
see
sent
it.
the video.
Okay, but
I
but
personally did
All
not see
right
it.
then.
but here's my point
They
again.
took their opportunity to throw shots.
But
Bastards.
my point again.
Everybody, hold on, guys. I didn't see not one. So uh, both of the videos that Josh sent was black people.
Not all of it. You didn't watch all of it.
watch it, bro.
You didn't watch all of it.
Exactly. You didn't watch
So,
it.
so the second video I sent, it was the black person talking about he's tired of black people. But that first video
Yeah.
we watched, if you'd have watched it later on, you would start
showed
showing that
all
white people
white
start
people.
saying it.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay.
just,
Well,
I'm so glad.
we didn't
I'm so
finish
glad
it.
somebody said because this is exactly how I feel. Oh, that's how.
Petty
Oh, that's
man
how you
ain't
really
out there
feel.
talking shit.
Okay. All right. Bet.
Yeah, and
We didn't
and
finish the video.
this is why I was trolling you earlier, because I was like, "Yo, I didn't see Spanish or monks. I told you I saw white people. You gotta tell me I didn't look for it. So you trying to just throw everybody in that pool instead of saying what it is, and it's okay about what it is. Like we
I
know
can't
what it
say
is,
what it is if I
huh,
don't know.
bro? So you don't think there's an overall arching theme in this country of where white people and black people just feel a way about each other?
I said that, and I blamed it on the media. Yes,
Just the
on
media.
Blame it on
ignorance.
the people that we can't blame.
Again, I hear you, and
Micah.
and I understand that, and I'm standing on the same thing. I say that as an adult, you have the choice to want to learn or not want to learn. That's what I'm standing on. So you can learn through the TV and whatever news source and social media, or you can try to interact with people.
I agree. I agree. And
I'm gonna learn. I'm
most
gonna learn
people,
from just sitting down and thinking about it myself. Fuck yeah, fuck them people. Listen, how I feel
so
about you is
most
how you
people
treated me, you bastard.
learn through reading, through watching
And
the
listening.
TV, or through their community.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you learn from, right?
Okay.
So if there's so for us, okay, me,
Mm-hmm.
I live around a lot of Arabics, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Middle Eastern people. I learned a lot about their culture I didn't know
Okay.
how their culture is really similar to Black culture.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mexicans is the closest.
if I didn't live here, though, I wouldn't know, because all my life, all I knew was what I read and what I saw. So if I didn't have the community around, then I would just know everything that I read on the internet or that I watched. Same for you, same for everybody else.
Hey, Mexicans is the closest to us. I know Mexicans that get whoopings like black people. They're the closest things that I ever met to us.
Exactly.
So, what did you think about when you were growing up before you ventured out and got your wings? What did you think about white people?
I mean, I've always went to school with white people. I mean, I went to Dotson, and then I went to Barrows. So I mean, it was
I never
always.
really had an opinion about white people.
I didn't go to
Honestly.
Science. I mean, I've never had any issue with them. I was younger, or now.
Yeah, I ain't never really had a problem or issue with white people. I just, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was everybody to me. Who you was is who you
Exactly.
was. If you're
Exactly.
gonna be an
I
asshole,
don't
you're
have
an
any
asshole.
issue.
If you're not, you're not.
And I think that's more inclined to the household as well, and the fact of how we
Yeah,
grow up, right? Where
yeah.
now, if we're in the deep South, we might have a real true fear because of my camera acting up. Yeah, my fault.
Yeah.
We might
Back
have
in the days,
a
yeah.
deep true fear, right? Because we're down in the South.
Yeah, I know.
Now, to your point about like elementary school and things of that sort, that helps a lot for sure. Even though they didn't grow up in the area around us. We just
No.
saw them at school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which New York wants to act all super liberal, but it's definitely still segregated. Who's
Yeah,
gonna say it's not?
yeah.
Who's gonna say it's not?
But the segregation is the hood and the upper class now. It ain't so much more white and black.
I don't know. I remember that if you went, if you headed down South Broadway or other places, then all of a sudden it was mainly
You went
Hispanic.
Spanish people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
We
if
call we
you
call
went
we
up
call Main Street Love Mexico. They got the stores and Mexican names over there.
by Gordon, by Saunders, it's
That
all
was
white.
more white.
Yeah, see, so I mean, I don't
But the
know if
kids that went to
it changed
school
now.
in there was like it was a mixture. The
Yeah,
community might have had them, but the school was a mixture.
and that's what I'm saying. It was segregated. I don't know now, but I know that it was when we grew up.
Well,
I didn't
they
even
trying to
know.
gentrify stuff now
I
around
didn't even
here.
know there was a nicer side until when we used to go with Gene playing ball over in White Plains, or I was when my recruiter took me to the office. I was like, "There's a nice side of Westchester. What the hell? I ain't never seen any of this."
Westchester's the richest city in New York, Josh. It gotta be nice parts.
I did not know when I joined. I did not know that
County. Yeah.
until I joined. I was like, "Well, I'll be damned."
Richest county. You right. Yeah.
So overall, do you believe that the original definition of black fatigue, does everybody say that's a real thing?
Yeah.
Not what they talk about with the nigger fatigue. The original
No,
definition.
Are you
he
listening?
said
Are you listening? I said the original
the
definition
original.
of black fatigue, brother.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, getting thrown for a loop.
And Gene, I would like to say that I agreed with you on a lot of stuff, but I just didn't think that you got I don't like to blame anybody else but myself.
hmm
And
You know how difficult that
all
is
the people,
to do that for a group? I understand where you're going with it, right? There's a standard that we want to uphold ourselves to, and we absolutely should.
exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
not in disagreement with that,
yeah,
right? But I have to play devil's advocate for all the hard work that we do as a community.
facts.
Like you still need other people to be willing to see that hard work despite what might be pushed right in front of them, bro. And the reason why I'm
And
like
you
that
can't,
is because we all had to do that work to see other things for what they really were and not what we may have thought they were. That's what I'm
and
saying.
you got to be disciplined
And,
enough to continue that hard
and,
work, whether it's being appreciated or not, because
yeah,
that's the only way to build.
and unfortunately for us, we have direct experience with having something right in front of our eyes, but knowing that that does not have to be reality, and it's not reality. That it was nothing set up but a trap, and that if you get out the trap, you can actually see what the world is like. So when we talk about other people just having the experience through their device and not going out there and get that real world experience, that's why I'm so harsh about that.
Like you said, the exception
However,
opposed to the rule.
yeah, however, that is definitely a great point that you're making. I'm not upset at the point or think that the point is wrong. It's a point. It's an opinion that has some factual stuff. I know it exists. I'm on the other side saying, damn, I know that's true, but how come they're not trying to learn what's beyond that? Why are they not trying to really learn if that is actually true? Why are they just taking that at face
Because
value?
it doesn't
Because
we're
affect
not
them.
forcing it.
say that again,
We're
Big S.
sitting back.
Big S, say that again.
It don't affect them because, like I said, they everybody stays in their community. So why why would they have to go out and travel and learn? Like, I'm not going, to again. I'm going to use Russia. I'm not going to go to Russia so I can learn. Hey, what's really happening over there? I mean, I hear about them all the time in the news, right? Hear about them all the time. They're always being painted as the bad guy. So it's always U.S. versus Russia, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we know. Now, why haven't I went over there to learn if it's all true? Because
It's not important to
You
you.
could die.
it don't affect me. Right, right,
It's not
right.
important to you.
Same for them in small town America.
So you mean so? Oh, sorry, the game is on. So that's what I feel like every time we record, the game is on. So you mean
But
to
see,
tell me?
you can't use the country like going to a different country as learning to where the country that you're in. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Why not?
it's far fetched that I might go to Russia. It ain't far fetched that I might drive from the state that I'm in to another state.
Okay. And in any state, it's mostly small town America. There's large cities, but it's mainly small town America.
And small town America got to drive through these large cities to get to anywhere else.
I don't get your point. They live
Okay,
in that community, right? So
no, no,
so
no.
that's
My thing
what
was you said you was
you're
using
searching.
Russia as an example. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother country. No one's really looking at somebody to be like, oh, I'm gonna go to a whole nother country just to relax and chill out. But if you live all right, let's say you live in New York, you're gonna go to Atlantic City Casino every once and again. Now, if the only thing you ever seen about Atlantic City on the TV was a whole bunch of bad shit, why wouldn't you go over there and you're right next door? You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, hey, this is what I know.
If I saw a whole bunch of bad stuff, why would I go there?
Because it could be a gym in there. It could be a bunch of bad shit on TV. Listen, On the first 48, I would never go to Tulsa with the way the first 48 got it looking. But you ask somebody from Tulsa, that might be one of the best places in the world.
Yeah, yeah. But if all I saw was a whole bunch of bad stuff, why would I go? Like, okay, let's use Detroit. It's probably one of the best cities I've ever been to. But all I heard about it was bad stuff, which I'm starting to
So you
think.
just proved your own point.
Hold on. Yes, no. Listen, what I'm starting to think is it's Detroiters spreading these lies so nobody else
Just to keep people
wants to
out.
come here.
Keep all the money to themselves.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's pretty smart. That's smart.
Oh yeah. I was like, wait, what?
Y'all some lying ass. Y'all just having all this good stuff.
I knew it was a reason Motown never left.
Yeah. There's a bunch of engineers here. It's the big three. They got all 4 teams. I was like,
the biggest engineers came from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they were first in a lot of stuff. But why we always hear just the bad about it, right?
Gatekeeping.
Because that's what sells.
Is gatekeeping.
That's what sells. Nobody wants to hear a bunch of positivity all day. You're not going to get eaten.
That's my point. All the
but
movies,
you can't let what sells change their opinion.
Look.
Obviously, if we know that this is what sells, then you can't take that and be like, okay, I'm going to use this as face value as to how that place really is. Because you let them tell you should never come to New York City. You should never come to New York City.
That is what they push in the media and in the movies, that this was such a horrible place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who did not believe it?
Yo,
I did.
Yeah. I think black fatigue is real. I think it's horrible how every time
it is
going on, somebody tries to hijack it and use it and basically weaponize it against us.
Different way.
Against them.
You know, I
agree with that.
You know,
because that's basically what happens. They hijack the whole feeling from a black person and use it against us.
Yeah.
And told us we shouldn't feel that way, even though they're doing it.
But who's they? Because I mean, it's look what Josh said. Like, when will we take some accountability too?
I think we did.
No, I was saying,
how much
like,
do you want to take though, without y'all taking y'all?
What happened, Sean? I'm sorry.
How much accountability are you supposed to take without them taking theirs? We have taken accountability. We know that there's people of us that do negative. What we're saying is stop lumping all of them in with the rest of us. The same way you don't want us to lump the Columbine killers in.
I don't know about you guys, but I can care less what anybody else thinks. I want us.
I can care less either.
To fix things for us. That's it. I don't care. Like, why do I care what small town America thinks?
I don't either. I don't even know who small town America is.
It's all the small towns,
you know,
all
what?
the suburbs.
I know who they are. I know who they are, literally, but I can't name their county. I can't name where you're at.
I'm gonna tell you why.
No one's looking for y'all.
I'm gonna tell you why you should care, and not even small town America, right? The reason why you should care is because when those things are out there, it makes it that much difficult for us to fix things for ourselves. That's the only thing I would say, because when people have those preconceived notions and everything, it makes it a little difficult to have doors open for conglomerates and groups of us to get things done, right?
Okay.
But there's internet now.
To have what?
There's internet now. There's good and bad about everybody out there.
Right. What I'm saying is, as far as caring, I'm not saying you got to care and let that disrupt your life. What I'm saying is that the unfortunate perception is sometimes you got to be a good old boy to get your foot in the door to get opportunities sometimes, right? Because I don't care what anybody says. Everybody needs somebody. And sometimes that somebody may not be your brother or sister that looks like you. It may just be somebody that's willing to give an opportunity. So that's why I would say it does matter, because when you have those type of harsh narratives out there that are believable, how many people are gonna give the chance when any part of America, small town, large town, doesn't care to try to learn who or what you truly are?
Very true.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I care like, oh my God, they said no, bro. Like, what if that lady what if the lady that doesn't clutch her purse actually has a nice conversation with me and we find out we have things in common and it opens up the door of networking for me to do other things?
Okay.
That's my mindset. That's why it matters. That's what I'm saying. And I'm sure all of us think like that. Big S, I know you. I know you have a ton of conversations. What if people were not willing to give you these conversations because of these preconceived notions and narratives that they see on the news? Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, and I would agree. So if it ended there, if they saw you and they clutched and ran, okay, that's bad. If they clutch and then they learned and met you, because you also have prejudice just like them, right?
Absolutely, 1000%.
So when you guys meet and learn each other, then you can build a relationship off of your
Yeah, that's
character.
true. Because white women, I don't feel comfortable around them. I just feel like you're gonna get me in trouble. You're gonna say something that's gonna get me in trouble. I could have walked past and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And you're gonna tell them that the black guy approached you in an aggressive manner, and I'm going to jail. So
So I
I'm
won't
all right.
say white women, but I would say I
In general,
could not feel comfortable in a room alone
with any
with
woman,
any woman. Yeah.
any woman.
Because I mean, just an allegation, you know.
He say, she say, and we know what she say. It's over for the day. It's over.
It's times I have to be, and I do it. But I mean, in my head, I'm like, oh, I hope that it's a camera around here.
White women, I love y'all, but y'all scary. Stop y'all
I'm not
bullshit,
saying
man.
white women. That's just him. I'm just saying all women in general. And they fear us. So I mean, it's
No, they
goes
don't.
together.
They
It
want
goes
that
together.
chocolate swirl.
Yeah. What else we got? I think that's it, man. That's it. I think we done. We fatigue. Now we fatigue for real. We got real black fatigue. Real black fatigue, man.
I'm
Make
nigga
sure y'all-
fatigued.
I think it was good, but
I'm
Gene,
nigga.
I mean,
Huh?
I felt that you was angry with me, man. I was just
No.
my appointment.
No, y'all both were very passionate about each other's standpoints.
Not
About y'all
angry.
standpoints.
You just
It probably wasn't me arguing this time.
Yeah, I mean, he was name calling and everything. I was like, dang, gee, man.
He said you're so
He
apologetic.
did call me ignorant in the beginning.
Hey, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, share with a friend. What's this? Episode 8, 7, 8? What's this?
Episode 8.
Episode
Yes,
8, man.
sir.
The road
Ocho.
to 10. It's been 8 weeks, 2 months already. Shout out to us. Look, make sure y'all share it up, run it up.
Wow.
We gotta get to 100 subscribers ASAP. That's the goal, 100 and beyond, and we're gonna get there. We see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.